Hi there. Don't you miss the good old days? The day you're on your own feet walking and running from one place to another? The day you're meeting your friend and have a long conversation and good laugh? Don't you want to get back to your regular job again? Even though you always complained about the endless workload and your picky manager during the lunchtime. When is the last time you go outside without troubling others to always be on the watch for the nearest toilet or have to ensure that you don't choke or spill your food? I know exactly how agitated you may feel, to bear with the constant dizziness after taking your medications. Don't you wish to stop consuming them, but worry about the risk of increasing blood sugar and blood pressure level? Ever feel helpless without your medications? Ever wonder if you can get your healthy life again? We know that stroke can be devastating. Alas, according to American Heart Association, AHA, United States recorded approximately 795,000 people suffering a stroke each year. Around 610,000 of them have a stroke for the first time, while the other 185,000 have a recurrent stroke. On average, every 40 seconds, someone in the US has a stroke. Did you know that up to 40% of the stroke survivor may suffer a second stroke within 5 years after their first stroke occurrence? While in every 4 minutes, someone dies from a stroke. In fact, by the time you finish this video, 2 people might die from stroke. If you still suffer from all those physical and mental pain, I believe you haven't found your solution. So, in this video, I will tell you how to overcome all your suffering. Stay tuned as I reveal to you how you can overcome them precisely. You will no longer have to be worried much about your impact of post-stroke or any recurrent stroke. I will let you know how to reclaim your life in no time by doing nothing extraordinary but just eating. Here's how it all started. A few years back has been terrifying and uncomfortable for me. When I came home that day, I look at my mom who's sitting on the couch with curiosity as she unexplainedly had a drooping face and slurred speech. She told me that she might have been too tired, but I insisted on taking her to the hospital as I noticed something is odd. It's difficult to convince her to get medical attention immediately, and my mom only admitted after 12 hours of delay. In fact, I've been told that she missed the crucial first 3 to 4 hours that could make a difference. After all the examination, the result proved that she had a stroke. If only she came earlier with no delay, they could have saved her and minimized her suffering post-stroke. Therefore, I tried to adhere to her prescribed medications, and I accompanied her to undergo physiotherapy because that's the least I could do to help by then. However, her conditions aren't getting any better. Every day, I had to see her suffer, and the family shall bore with her new norms too. I've tried endless methods from exercise to supplements, seeking one doctor to another, only to realize later that the little change made is the key to her healing. Mother is like the heart of a family. By the day stroke got her, she barely speaks or moves. Whenever she tried to talk, I have difficulty in understanding her. I missed her nagging and her homemade dish. I understand how you feel. I have witnessed and grieved by the same horror for over the years. In fact, I can say that I'm once nearly embraced by a stroke. Don't you want to recover too and be able to enjoy eating with your family again? Don't you miss to have a day out with your family? Back in the day, I can tell you that all those did matter to me, and I dreamt of it every single day that my mom can do all that again. But every time she falls, I felt hopeless and painful. Luckily, now, not only am I able to get myself off from the hook of stroke, I have succeeded in helping my mom to recover too. To be honest, I heard of Superfood a lot, yet it never crossed my mind how it may work in my situation. Superfood for a stroke recovery? Can it really prevent a stroke? Nah, it just doesn't make any sense to me at first. What can food do to curb stroke? But as a desperate man who's running out of solution, I gave in and painstakingly attempted it. After a few trials, we were about to give up as it doesn't have any immediate effect. I still remember how my mom reacts negatively and try to avoid it at another time. Yet, for the sake of recovery and her will to get on her feet again, she managed to follow accordingly. After all that she has to do is to eat the right combination of food. A few months passed, I can start to see changes from her. She was more energetic to participate in her daily activities, and her blood pressure and blood sugar level decreased significantly. Not only us, but even her doctor was amazed by the results too. Stroke is preventable. But why do people still suffer from stroke and work on their recovery wrongly? So, it's whether you never know the side effects of your prescribed medicines, or clueless as where should you start, or getting abundant of unnecessary information, or unknowingly let foods jeopardizing your health, or don't even know how you can benefit from the nutrients that you eat. Food is a basic human need. You still can live without medicine or therapy, but you won't last long without food. That being said, all that you need to know by now is the nutrients that you need and where you can find it. Over the time, I've spent most of my times and efforts studying and researching about diet and nutrition and how it may benefit stroke. I've tried every known superfood, from fruits to poultry, seafood, spices, and more, researching each of their benefits to stroke and how they may interact with our body, medications, and supplements too. I put together all my findings and efforts, and now I am more than excited to share them with you and proudly present Superfood for Stroke. You will discover how these superfoods will help you in boosting your energy, normalize your blood sugar level, ease your pain, regulate your blood pressure, prevent depression, and more. Foremost, minimize your risk of recurrent stroke. Remember, the only time you want to be treated like a king is when you are at your best and not at your worst. You don't need disability to abuse your privacy anymore. You don't want only to be seated in the wheelchair all day long while others are enjoying their life. You surely don't want to be left behind just because it's too troublesome to let you be part of life too. Don't miss anything anymore, because there is life after stroke. So, what are you waiting for? Find out more below.